Hi friends, it's Katie Steinberg here, and once again I have this week's message for you from Missing Piece. This week we were at Cafe Da Vinci for another soul brunch. This is the DeLand version that was started by Collective, and really excited to be a part of that event. It was a lot of fun and the food was great, and it was a time well had by all. So for a little context, this message is the Mother's Day message, and you will see as much and hear as much in the next few moments. Without further ado. So it's Mother's Day. And whether you are a mother or have a mother, I have some good news. You don't have to be perfect. In fact, I did a little research, and no one ever has been. Not even Mary, you know, Jesus' mom. In fact, this one time, she left him in Jerusalem when he was a kid. They traveled 3 days before they realized he was missing. Whoops. Not one of us is perfect. To all my fellow mamas out there, I can guarantee you won't get it all right. But I can also guarantee that if you are giving it a good shot and loving the hell out of your kids, you are enough. God, how I long for you and for me to believe this. You are enough. There's a lot of pressure on the women of this world, especially in our culture, and men on you too, but let's give the ladies a moment here. We're expected to be strong and fit, otherwise we're fat and ugly. We're expected to be intelligent and have good jobs, otherwise we're stupid and lazy. We're expected to be involved mothers and home managers, otherwise we're neglectful and slobs. Guess what? Being all those things at the same time is absolutely, unequivocally impossible. But hear me say that to whatever degree you are engaging in caring for your physical self, your life's calling, your kids, and your home, it is enough. You are enough. When we get in trouble is when we try to pretend we are more than we are. When we try to meet every standard and get in a cycle of trying to do everything and doing none of it well. When we've cared so little for ourselves that we eventually turn to unhealthy measures of food and drink and other forms of addiction and escapism. I come from a household plagued with addiction. And it wasn't because my mom didn't try hard or didn't love us or was weak in any way. In fact, it was just from the opposite. My mom worked her ass off, long hours saving people's life in the operating room. She made home-cooked, delicious meals almost every night. She kept the house so clean, you could eat off the floor. She kissed boo-boos. She let us skip class now and again for a special breakfast. She cried alongside us when our hearts got broken. Mom, my mom, always had flawless hair, nails, and makeup. Her bra always matched her underwear. She took flawless and patient care of us when we were sick. Perhaps it was because she was giving so much that she never had the time for her own pain. So she found ways to numb it so she could keep going, keep producing, keep functioning at such an amazingly high level. And the shame in it all, it never felt like enough. Not to her, and often not to me. When you're well nourished, you don't think about being hungry. And when you're hungry, it's not good enough that you've been nourished before or that others of your needs are being met. And when it came to her hidden addictions and coping mechanisms that reared their ugly heads every few years, I was left starving. It was all we could see or think about. It was all about the problem and not about all the ways that she was amazing. And now, I can only tell her in my prayers that it was enough, that she was enough, and that we all turned out okay. I hope that you moms can hear this. You are enough. And sons and daughters, I hope you hear it too. And future moms, and anyone who has a mom, you are enough. That voice in your head that tells you different, it's there for a reason. It keeps you motivated, ambitious, focused, and improving. But when it leans over into making you feel inadequate, ashamed, or guilty for all the things you're not, it's time to send it to the back seat. Because when that voice leads, it sucks all the life and hope and energy out of you. And even the best and most amazing people can slip into the darkness when despair and guilt and hopelessness get the loudest voice. So instead, hear this. You are enough. You are a beloved child of the divine, and you are enough. You are gifted and strong and able, and you are enough. There's a poem called Wild Geese by Mary Oliver. In her beautifully crafted words, it echoes this message to us, and I want to share it with you. You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about your despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies and the deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese high in the clean blue air are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over, announcing your place in the family of things. You are enough. You belong. Happy Mother's Day. Amen. Thanks so much for tuning in once again and listening to this message from Missing Piece. Feel free to share it or tag friends for anyone that you think would be enjoy it. It would be helpful for them. Want to let you know that this week we'll be at The Grind, which is on Granada here in Ormond Beach, for brunch and some conversation about spiritual nourishment. And the following week we will be paddleboarding at Fortunato Park. So keep those events in mind. As always, we invite you to join us in the flesh, in addition to joining us online. And you can follow us on ormondsmissingpiece.com, our YouTube channel, Missing Piece Community, on Instagram at Missing Piece, or here on Facebook at Missing Piece. Have a great day, my friends. I'm grateful for you and to journey with you. Grace and peace.